highlighting the remarkable journey, achievements, and service of this eminent personality. Professor R.S. Jayawardena is one of the excellent teachers with over 35 years of experience in the field of Ayurveda and Yoga. He has been a tenured professor at the Faculty of Indigenous Medicine, University of Colombo, Sri Lanka, for the past 7 years. In 2015, he earned his Doctor of Philosophy degree from the University of Kelaniya, Sri Lanka. He was awarded the ICCR Scholarship in 1983 and completed his Doctor of Medicine MD in Ayurveda, Principles and Philosophy at the Institute of Medical Sciences, Benares Hindu University, India in 1985. He graduated with a Bachelor of Ayurveda Medicine and Surgery with an honor degree in 1977 from University of Colombo, Sri Lanka. He has guided and supervised many postgraduate and undergraduate students to contribute to the field of Ayurveda with good research work. Also, he rendered his service as a consultant physician at the Ayurveda National Hospital, Murray. Professor Jayawardena contributed with his knowledge and expertise not only the field of Ayurveda but also to various other disciplines. As a visiting lecturer, he served at former Gamba Vikramaraj Ayurveda Institute, University of Kerala, Postgraduate Institute of Indigenous Medicine, University of Colombo, Tavapol Theatre Foundation, Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka, University of Visual and Performing Arts Sri Lanka, Institute of Tourism and Hotel Management, and Postgraduate Institute of Pali and Buddhist Studies at University of Kerala. Professor Jayawardena is a good researcher and has published many research papers in in-depth and peer-reviewed national and international journals. For the development of the Ayurveda literature sector, he has authored and published 4 books related to the subject field of Ayurveda, ontology, and yoga philosophy. He has published several research publications at various national and international symposia. Professor Jayawardena contributed his knowledge by serving as editor-in-chief for the Sri Lanka Journal of Indigenous Medicine and Ayurveda Samishta, the journal of the Department of Ayurveda, Sri Lanka. He served as the joint editor of Samhita, the news bulletin of the Institute of Indigenous Medicine, University of Colombo. He was selected as an honorary member of the advisory board, MEDA, International Journal of Multidisciplinary Researchers, Shivasata Memorial Foundation, Varanasi, India. He was a member of the Medical Advisory Board of Swire Right Media Private Limited, Sri Lanka. More than his role as an academic, he was a skilled and efficient administrator and leader in this field. He served as the director of the Institute of Indigenous Medicine University of Colombo from 2006 to 2009. In 2011, he was the registrar of the Sri Lanka Ayurveda Medical Council. In 2012, he worked as the general manager of the Ayurveda Drug Corporation, Sri Lanka. He was an active member of many committees such as the Board of Study in Ayurveda, the Curriculum Revision Committee for Bachelor of Ayurveda Medicine and Surgery and Bachelor of Unani Medicine and Surgery, the MD Curriculum Revision Committee, the Committee for the Establishment of Ayurveda Hospital, Borella as a teaching hospital, Ministry of Indigenous Medicine, and the Committee of Medical Ethics, Department of Ayurveda, Ministry of Indigenous Medicine. With his expertise, the knowledge in the field, he contributed in preparing the laws related to the Ayurveda by serving on several ministerial committees appointed by the Ministry of Indigenous Medicine, Sri Lanka, to develop laws pertaining to the Ayurveda Act and regulations for the private Ayurveda institutions. Further, he was a member of Ayurveda Draft Regulatory and Formulatory Committee, Ayurveda Education and Hospital Board, and Ayurveda Research Committee, Department of Ayurveda in many years. He has contributed his knowledge as consultant to the Ministry of Indigenous Medicine, Sri Lanka. He wants to engage more in teaching, healing, and research to influence healthy living by balancing the physical, mental, social, and spiritual aspects of humans through Ayurveda and traditional healing systems. His long-term goal is to become an international level Ayurveda practitioner, educator, and researcher by disseminating and sharing his more than 35 years of experience, knowledge, and research findings. He wants to use his untiring commitment and drive to bring more dignity and autonomy to the citizens of the Western world who are paying more attention to healthy, long life through Ayurveda and spiritual well-being. Thank you.
I now kindly invite Professor R.S. Jayawardena to share his scholarly insight.
Honorable Minister, Minister of Health and Mass Media, Dr. Narendra Ishwar, Indian High Commissioner, His Excellency Santosh Jha, Professor Gurdat, Director Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, Dean, Faculty of Indigenous Medicine, Dean, Faculty of Indigenous Medicine, Gopal Kumar, University of Indigenous Medicine, Commissioner General of Ayurveda, Mrs. Samarthi Naseem, and my dear professional commissioners and other doctors who are present here, and academic staff of the Gopal Kumar Chair, Faculty of Indigenous Medicine, other dignitaries, friends, and dear students. I am deeply honored to receive this recognition given by Indian High Commission and Swami Vivekananda Culinary Faculty of Indigenous Medicine. I sincerely thank the Indian High Commission, Swami Vivekananda University of Colombo, Faculty of Indigenous Medicine, and the academic staff, and organizing committee, and everyone who involved in making this event possible. Actually, this encouragement means a lot to me. Thanks you once again for this memorable honor on this memorable day. As the keynote speaker, it is both an honor and a responsibility to stand before you today to speak on a subject that unites us all one, please. When we talk about the health, we often think one of the people. Then when we talk about the sustainability, we think only of the planet. But Ayurveda gives us, Ayurveda reminds us, Ayurveda emphasizes us. There is no separation of people and planet. The health of the person and the health of the planet are thread of the same fabric. Acharya Charaka has quoted this people and planet as local sound. Normally in our universities, we teach the local sound, which is very much important. In Charaka Samhita, text slightly. Acharya Charaka has quoted in Charaka Savirata 4 and 5. Evam ayam lokasamhita purusha yavanto hi loke tavanta purushe. Whatever in the universe, you can find all things in this human being. Another context, Charaka has mentioned, Purusho ayam lokasamhita. Next slide, please. Purusho ayam lokasamhita, previous one. Yavanto hi loke, yavanta purusha, the same meaning. In Vedanta philosophy, it is clearly mentioned that Yat Pinde Tat Brahman. Oh, Yatha Loke Tatha Pinde. Oh, easily we know that. Dear Vinduvatula Mahasayu, this is the concept of planet and people. He says that the individual is the epitome of the universe. Next one. No, previous one. Previous one. Individual is the epitome of the universe, and universal, material and spiritual, all the phenomena of this universe can be present in the individuals and vice versa. All those found in the individual are also contained in the universe. This is the macrocosm and microcosm. So planet is the macrocosm, people is the microcosm. The universe outside and the universe within are reflections of one another. Like the rivers that flows through the earth are like the blood that flows inside our body veins. The fire of the sun is the fire of our digestion, that is Agni. The air that is the forest is our breath that animates our life. That is called Visambhadana Vikshepai Soma Surya Nilayata. Can you remember my students? Dharyanti This is the great concept regarding these people and planet. Further, Ayurveda, the timeless science of life, emphasize us that human beings are not separate. We can't separate from our nature. As I said before, we are woven into its fabrics. The five basic physical elements, Mahamudra, Prithvi, Up, Tejas, Vayu, Akash, do not just form the universe. They form very essence of our body and mind as well. When these elements remain, this is our basic concept. Asakila Masana Yoga, Kama Sukha Nikana Yoga, not. We have to follow the Madhyama Pratipada. In Madhyama Pratipada, I will emphasize these elements should remain balanced. If they are in balanced state, health flourishes. When they are disturbed, disease emerges. As far as our health definition is concerned, Samadosha Samadvishwa Samadhatu Malakriya, Prasanna Atma Indriya Manaha Swastha Ityadi. That means equilibrium of body system and clarity of the mind and harmony with the environment. You know that this concept is not confined to the individual, it extends to larger ecosystem where the health of the people and health of the planet are interdependent. Posatra Lasana Jivitya Punarudeka Gamanakata make a concept. So in Ayurveda, we have to educate, make aware our concept into this moment. Today, we face a world where the balance is threatened. Both people and science are distressed. Human activity has strained ecosystems. Human activity disrupted the climate and eroded the biodiversity. At the same time, people are burdened with rising rates of today, as our Honorable Minister said, we are facing the non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, stress, infertility, mental health challenges. We can isolate them. They are mirror each other. The imbalance of the planet is reflected in the imbalance of our own body. So Ayurveda offers us a pathway of restoration for people and for planet. Next. For the people, I will emphasize mainly maintenance of life, promotions of life, then the prevention of life, and mindful nutrition, seasonal living, and personalized healing. Ayurveda teaches us that health is not merely the absence of the disease, but the presence of vitality, clarity, and joy, that is well-being of physical, mental, social, spiritual, emotional, behavioral, intellectual, Globally, the non-communicable diseases, diabetes, cardiovascular illness, and obesity. In WHO 2023, they said 74 of the deaths, percent of the deaths due to this non-communicable disease. We have to consider this. So these conditions strongly linked with lifestyle and our diet. So area where Ayurveda has clearly preventive strategies, that is Ritu and Dinacharya, balanced nutrition, stress management through yoga. Yoga and Ayurveda is integral part. अवियोजनीय संबंध තියෙනවා ආයුර්වේද and yoga. ඒක නිසා අපේ ඊළඟ කැලේට තියෙන්නේ මේ රටේ planet and people, health of the planet and health of the people. ඒක කරන්නේ අපිටම තමයි පුළුවන්. Next, for the planet's ecological balance is equally unrestrained. We have climate changes, deforestation, and lots of pollution, and lots of our biodiversity. For an example, the respiratory diseases to the disruptions of traditional medicine resources affect human health. Nearly 25% of modern medicines are derived from plant species. And International Union of Conservation and Nature, they have declared more than 15,000 medicinal plants are at risk. Ayurveda respect for natural resources, sustainable agriculture, ethical harvesting of medicinal plants, and lifestyle should be aligned with global frameworks of such as US Sustainable Development Goals, that is SDGs, and One Health, that is One Health recognized as link between human, animal, and environmental health. Next slide. Next. Yes. No, please. What is the role of Ayurveda in these situations? I would like to highlight key points. One is like strengthening the research. We have to strengthen the research work, standardized clinical trials, pharmacological studies, and integrative methodologies must expand the evidence base. Evidence-based Ayurveda is now increasingly gaining recognitions. The next point is preventive health policies, the policy interventions. We repeatedly make awareness to the honorable ministers and ministry. We have to embed Ayurveda in national and international health framework. Still we are not in that. Not as an alternative, but as a complementary medicine. So we have to embed to the system, complementary medicine system. That is evidence-supported system. Ayurveda preventive framework can reduce reduce the economic burden of chronic diseases. So Arogya, the centers which the minister will be going to establish in India, we can do lots of things, preventive aspects, and we can reduce the economic burden of the country. In 2020, Lancet Council has compromised the agent need to shift health system from curative to maintenance, promotion and preventive models, an area where Ayurveda has natural strength. The next point, conservation and sustainability. Safeguarding medicinal biodiversity, especially in Sri Lanka, through cultivation, gene planting, and community-based conservation. I think that already starting Ayurvedic drug cooperation with the community-based conservation and sustainability. Then planetary health alignment, Ayurveda advocates for local, seasonal and plant-forward diet practices that not only improve personal health but also reduce the carbon footprint of food system. Next, finally, let's remember, healing people without healing of the planet is incomplete. And again, without healing the planet, healing the people is impossible. But healing both together is the promise of Ayurveda. Friends, students, in this moment of history, the world speaks only one health. The inseparable link between human, animal, and environment. So we have to consider not only the human, animal art, and environmental well-being must be considered. In Ayurveda, it is clearly mentioned, when the individual is balanced, society is balanced. When the society is balanced, the world is balanced. Let us work together, guided by this science, inspired by wisdom, and committed to the harmony. For when we heal people, when we heal the planet, and when we heal the planet, we will heal ourselves. Last slide. Thank you so much. I have given 20 minutes. I am so sorry that I exceeded that minutes. Thank you so much by inviting me and felicitating me. Thank you again. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor R.S. Chavadana. We extend our deepest respect and heartfelt gratitude to your enduring service to Ayurveda and the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the next cultural item presented by the students of the Faculty of Indigenous Medicine, University of Colombo. Thank you to our performers. I now kindly invite Professor Mrs. K.